It's September 2nd. The year's 2021. This channel is CBS. I have DVR recorded of 60 Minutes, which is I guess, an American broadcast TV show. It says about semiconductors. Here's the thing. There's one orchestra with a couple of wind instruments. One. There's one maestro. I'm having a problem with semiconductors. How the fuck you dumbasses come up with this and then sell it to each other and then take your legs and your bookends and go sit in some Congress and Senate seat all day long fighting over microchips? You are the dumbest, fucking, most useless society ever created. And you keep fucking everything up more and more. The same medical disgusting thing I brought out about the gear and the gowning for the saving of the dumb, fucking useless people in all sorts of populations within the United States of America. At like the ICU ward and the emergency trauma center, and all the kids, like, I don't need you saving. They contribute nothing during the day. They contribute nothing towards the service. They contribute nothing towards the fellowship. And they're in a test kitchen and they've been lied to and it was created wrong and it swarmed. We knew about it and I need to get out in order to fix it. But you just keep caring more about fixing the dumb, fucking useless, non-essential arguments. So now I see, in order to go look at computer chips, you spend so much money on the dumb, fucking, useless employees in order to dress them and don them and gown them as if they were royally something significant. They're not astrologically significant. They're not cosmetology significant. They're not in any way, shape, or form planetary significant. But yet the amount of money you waste on these people every day just so they could have a job and some wasteful whatever while you go to some highfalutin job and fuck the world over forward more dangerously. It's amazing just how useless you humans have become. Let's watch as they tell on themselves in a special project. I'm SVU, special victim.
This is what it takes to enter a facility where they manufacture microchips. I'm Christine.
Oh my God, do you see how stupid this looks? What is it looking for through this machine? Why does this get to look through this machine? What function does it produce that helps move climate change in the correct direction by dressing like this, wasting my money, taxpayers' money, my life, the planet's resources, in order to go to a lab facility that is draining electricity from the dark matter universe? It is drawing on energy and using it to create situations like this that are then making the species more sick. And that's the nature of dark matter to the photon gamma spectrum. That's just the way the nature of the universe works. But now I have you giving like more attention to this, creating more jobs for this, like this. I mean, this is a psychosomatic, disgusting cycle. But yet you promote it and nobody is like regulating it or shutting it the fuck down.
The tiny semiconductors that power everything from smartphones to automobiles to fighter jets.
Oh my God, wait a minute. You mean the automobiles over here that are sending out poisonous gas? So in your psychopathic society of social fucking each other forward, you keep creating worse and worse ideas and promoting it in this test kitchen as to which one of the dumb fucking useless can sell the most shit to the next generation, have them inherit the problem, and then like dance their way through like to actually never accomplish anything. So they make cell phones too. Why do we need a GPS tracker and a cell phone on every dumb fucking useless human on the planet? I just don't get it. Is that for your like children's record numbers at being just as dumb fucking and useless as Swarm already knows? I'm just curious. I mean, this isn't like the first time someone's warned about it. I've been on record for a long time. That little chip looks like a roof tile from a satellite perspective. That's what that looks like. What is this? This is a pencil, and that's an eraser. And there's that little dot of something. One thing. I don't need bajillions of them. Just one. In human terms, there is just one. I'm it. I'm in a Zodiac boat for like EMS service level. I've gone through several storms. I'm still just sitting here, floating God only knows how. I've been beat up. Look at this. I'm dead, but yet vascular. I know one of your dumb fucking useless shitbags asked that question. Just saying.
Problem is, there's a shortage of them, revealing a serious national security issue.
45 years ago, the
Really?
United States produced 37%.
That's not really what the
of
issue
world's
is.
semiconductor
The one is
manufacturing
missing.
in
That
the US.
created the
Today,
national
that number
security
has
issue.
declined to
One.
just 12%.
Doesn't sound good.
How did we get here?
We're going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots to the west.
Oh, my guys.
Hey, dude.
To the Pentagon, these are known as unidentified aerial phenomena. But what they are and where they come from remain a mystery, even after a government investigation.
Not the one that's moving in a like whitish hue, but the black one, the black silhouette, looks like a dark hole opening up. That's time and space ripping apart because your magical computer scientists keep anchoring into points and taking apart someone's origami that we already know where the points of origin and the points of founder are. We know what the points of contention and the points of safety are. We know how much weight it can hold, support, well, whatever language you use in dumb fucking useless builders. We get it. And yet you ignore the Zodiac boat, the Zodiac lifeboat, the one position at the Augusta House, which holds two separate, and you're keeping them apart, keeping them open so you can play God and founder and builder with dangerous equipment. And now all of a sudden these gigantic black holes start opening up. Uh-oh. Advanced weaponry. I know you guys are like really important. Why aren't the misters of the world listening? I really don't care if they got a special hat that they wear out on the streets. They're just as dumb fucking useless as all the rest of them. They come in different beer bottles, let's say. All different labels that nobody fucking gives a shit when we're at this level. I'm living on Earth, solar system, Milky Way, and universe, and there's a galactic problem with time and space ripping apart. And it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361, Nicole Cattaruzza. And it's star 1978, star 8378.
What do you think when you see something like this?
This is a difficult one to explain. You have rotation, you have high altitudes, you have propulsion, right? I don't know. I don't know what it is, frankly.
It's time dilation and a black hole. Like a dimension. It's really hard to explain. Because there's slices and layers that then get folded over it, and not everybody's in the same size at the same fractional piece of time if you volcanology it.
And then he had a piece of bone sticking out.
Oh my god, let me just say, that is a spiral fracture? No. How could you get, if you're in a safe environment, how do you get a
What do you think
spiral
when you see something like
fracture?
this?
Hold on a second. Let's go back to that for a minute. So you actually have to physically have torsion between the bone and the environment, and then some form of impact in order to cause a spiral fracture. If your earth was in pristine shape, spiral fractures don't exist. Because the human takes off and lands, takes off and lands. It's a very monochromic rhythm. When you have the atmosphere that's not supporting the monochromatic action, all of a sudden you get like torsion and you're like, oh, right. It was somebody else's kid somewhere that needed to make sure that on her very special wedding day, it didn't rain. So you got a spiral fracture. They had to move time and space just a little because Sarah had to have a wedding day with no rain in the forecast. That's how dumb, fucking, and useless your children are.
Again.
There we go.
Tonight, a story about character.
A room full of twists
Gameplay with the nice little cherry on top.
and a powerful coin
The coin of
This is how you have been running humanity. It's disgusting.
upside down.
It's like casino games everywhere. It's casino, porn, and banking. I really have no faith in humanity, and I have no pride in any of you.
Car companies across the globe have had to idle production and workers because of a shortage of semiconductors,
Great.
often referred to as
Same shitbags that promoted medical science and all of that medical waste that is now being incinerated and poisoning the lungs of the good people that didn't agree to any of this but got like stuck in a swarm of shitbags that they couldn't get their vote counted high enough or loud enough, and this enveloped in all the wrong areas.
as microchips or just chips. They're the tiny operating brains inside just about every modern device, like smartphones, hospital ventilators, even fighter jets. As we first reported in May, the pandemic sent chip demand soaring unexpectedly as we bought computers and electronics to work, study, and play from home.
Oh, how fucking convenient. I really want everybody who benefited to fucking die. Bleed through your nose and your mouth, because I'm at that level. Ebola for them all, just so this way we get out of this disgusting cycle. This is not impressive at all.
But while more and more chips are needed in the U.S., fewer and
No,
fewer
they're
of them
not.
are manufactured here. Intel is the biggest American chip maker. Its most advanced
The humans
fabrication
shouldn't
plant
even
is
have
fab
chips.
for short, is located-
Potato chips? Great. Make them fat, lazy, stupid. I really don't give a shit. But you want to start this kind of chip manufacturer? Absolutely fucking not. Why would you give them this kind of biological remote control to harm one another? All area dumb fucking useless. At Test Kitchen small group, you all failed. Why would you then bring it out to the entire population, dumbasses?
located outside Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, still.
New CEO Pat Gelsinger invited us on a tour to see how
fucking
incredibly
Lord.
complex the manufacturing process is.
All ready to go?
First, we had to suit up to avoid contaminating.
You know how disgustingly sick this is? Self-indulgent shitbags.
Goggles, gloves.
There's like a handful of employees that need to know this level of whatever one place.
Together, we stepped into a
The
place
rest
with
of the
some
world
most
doesn't need to have this level of
sophisticated
anything.
Technology on Earth. I need to ask you why we're all yellow. Yellow filters remove light
'Cause you're
rays
prostitutes.
that are harmful to the process. Overhead, a computerized highway transports materials from one machine to the next.
Fucking
The
biohazards.
process
It's a real
involves
fucking
thousands of
nuisance.
steps, where layer upon layer of microscopic circuitry is etched onto these silicon plates that are
This
then
is so
chopped up
fucking
into
disgusting.
chips that will end up in, say, your computer. Making just one can take 6 months.
You see, each one of these is a chip.
I'm surprised. I thought chips were minute.
Well, each one of these chips has maybe 1 billion transistors on it.
Oh my goodness.
So there's billion little circuits inside of it that are all on one of these chips, and then one wafer could have 100 or 1,000 chips on it.
Intel's goal.
And
is
why
to
do you
keep
need
shrinking
such a
the
mass
transistor
production
size.
of this level? I'm just curious. At metrics that work and are sustainable.
Size, so you can pile more of them on a chip to make it more powerful.
More is
and
not
work
always
faster.
better.
You know, every one of these is laying down circuits that are so much smaller than anything, your hair, any other part of human existence. A COVID particle is way bigger than one of the lines that we're creating.
And access to this kind of life doesn't exist in Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. We just watch you on TV, and like, not admirably so.
Created here.
How much does this fab cost?
$10 billion.
Billion?
$10 billion. Because each one of these pieces of equipment is maybe $5 million. That's a lot of.
Oh, I really hate these people.
Made it.
Dad, I want to get my keys.
If this is what you based your life self-worth on, you failed. You should die now. Save the rest of us.
Fail.
Boy, I see if we can flush them out.
There's a distinction. If it's correct, I have no idea.
Earlier
Looks
this
like
summer,
ATF
the
to
Director
me.
of National Intelligence and Secretary of Defense released a highly anticipated, unclassified report about something the Pentagon calls unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAP, more commonly known as UFOs. The government's grudging acknowledgement of 144 mysterious sightings documented by our military comes after decades of public denial.
And they're only going to become higher in number the more semiconductor computer chips you make and the more time you put in between.
But as we first
I
reported,
mean, it is such a serious subject. It is so disgusting that this is how you all, as human, decided to fucking work it out. While I'm sitting in this fucking Zodiac boat going like, is like Helo coming? Like they got a basket? Cause like, I mean, I'm all alone down here.
Unidentified flying objects are real.
Bill, I think we're beyond that already. The government has already
sure.
stated for the record that they're real. I'm not telling you that. The United States government is telling you that.
Luis Elizondo spent 20 years running military intelligence operations worldwide in Afghanistan, the Middle East, and Guantanamo. He hadn't given UFOs a second thought until 2008. That's when he was asked to join something at the Pentagon called the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or ATIP.
The mission of ATIP was quite simple. It was to collect and
I wasn't
analyze
invited,
information involving
wasn't contacted,
anomalous,
wasn't invited.
vehicles, what I guess in the vernacular
Just
you call them
more
UFOs.
ignoring.
We call them UAPs.
Just so we're clear, ASL is American Sign Language.
Look,
It's just as
I'm not
disgusting as their creator, their creations.
It's real.
I
The
have
question is, what is
this,
it? What are
and
its
I have
intentions?
this.
What are its capabilities?
That's a problem.
Buried
I'm
away in the
supposed to be
Pentagon,
this,
ATIP
and
was
I've
part
got
of a
some
$22
shitbag
million
somewhere
program
doing
sponsored by
this,
then Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid,
which is
to
like that.
investigate UFOs.
Just so we're clear.
When Elizondo took over in 2010, he focused on the national security implications of unidentified aerial phenomena documented by U.S. service members.
Imagine a technology that can do 600 to 700 G-forces, that can fly at 13,000 miles an hour, that it can evade
And it
radar,
doesn't mean
and that
foundation.
can fly through air and water and possibly space. And oh, by the way, has no obvious signs of propulsion, no wings, no control surfaces, and yet still can defy.
It's intellectual property. We just don't know how to label it. What do you want to do?
Elizondo tells us ATIP was a loose-knit mix of scientists, electro-optical engineers, avionics, and intelligence experts, often working part-time. They combed through data and records.
I mean, I don't know. It's humanoid. It refuses to call itself human. It refuses to call itself American based on what you've all provided as examples. But it's got intellectual property. It's got some form of rights that are incredibly important. And it's, at some areas, they consider it a messiah. Not that you want to like go that crazy with translation, but it is what it is. Star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. It's September 2nd, 2021, which is Zozi. Century 20.